What's up guys, XM360 here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Canbor Virtual Reality Headset sold on Amazon for about $30. I'll put a link down below on where you can buy one for yourself. Now some of you may remember I reviewed the Canbor wireless Bluetooth earbuds a little while back. The Canbor company liked the honest and professional review I did on that, so they sent this to me free of charge as well to do an honest and fair review. And what excites me most when I was reading up on this product is that it's actually going to fit my iPhone 6 Plus. And I don't find a lot of virtual reality headsets out there that really fit these big phones like the iPhone 6 Plus. So that little blue cloth right there, that's going to be for cleaning the glass lenses on this device, and then these little rubber strips right here, these are actually for different size phones, for phones that have the power button in certain places. You'll see later on in the video what those are for. But moving on, what's going to be in this big white bag is obviously going to be the virtual reality headset. And my first impression just feeling this is that it has a good weight to it, and it definitely has a big size to it. The headset has a plastic construction, and this padding that goes along the face feels very nice. The strap feels very nice too. Feels nice and stretchy. We got the Canbor logo on the front and on the sides, and some adjuster pieces on the top. And then the lenses on the inside that give it that 3D effect. I'm just going to take a look at the rest of the stuff inside the box. We have a user manual in here. Appears to be written in English, so that's a plus. And then we have one other thing inside the box here, something that says 1 and 2, and it's purple and green. More of a pinkish color actually. These just appear to be little wet and dry wipes for probably, I'm going to guess, the lenses. So I'm going to go back to talking about the headset and taking a closer look at it. Like I said, it is made out of a plastic material, and the weight feels just right, not too heavy, not too light. On the top you do have those two adjuster pieces, and pretty much all virtual reality headsets have to have these. These are for moving those glass lenses closer or further to your eyes, and also moving them further apart or closer in together. That way you can get the perfect fit, and what you're looking at on the screen of your phone or whatever device you're using will look as clear and crisp as possible. So to actually put your device inside of this virtual reality headset, you're just going to pull back the front of it right here, and this actually has a magnetic connection, so there's no like clip, there's no moving parts here. You just kind of pull it back and the magnet will let loose and it'll let it fall. But if you give it a shake or anything like that, it should stay steady on there. The magnet should hold. So I do like that because there's no clip that's going to break on me. There's no cheap plastic clip like I've seen with other virtual reality headsets. So that piece, that plastic piece you just saw me pulling back right there, that's the part that actually holds your device inside the virtual reality headset. And that's where those rubber stoppers come into play, because if you have a phone that has the power button or sound buttons lined up with where those things make contact with your phone, then it will push your phone's buttons a little bit because it does hold it pretty tightly. So the rubber stoppers can be put in place to actually create some space and stop it from touching the buttons. Now you guys just saw me put my phone in there. I have a very thin plastic case on my phone, so I don't even need those rubber stoppers, but I don't think they lined up with where the clip touched anyway. But some cases will work with this. I had a very thin one, so my case was able to stay on my phone, but if you have a very thick case, something like an OtterBox or a LifeProof, you probably will need to take it off. And you guys just saw me give my phone a little shake, and I'm going to do it again for you guys right here. It's holding my phone very well, and it's not rattling, it's not shaking at all. My phone is staying in place 100%, so I'm very happy with that. Now, one of the things I'm most impressed with on first impression is just how soft and smooth and cushiony this little cushion piece that goes along your face is. I haven't actually really given it a lot of testing yet, but just touching it, it feels really, really good. And that strap doesn't feel awful either. That strap feels nice and elasticy, but at the same time, it feels nice and smooth, and it doesn't feel abrasive or like something that's really going to irritate my head if I use my VR headset for a long period of time. And I do want to take another look at that instruction manual because I never really opened it up to take a good look at it. So looking at this instruction manual, it's actually pretty bare. I mean, it definitely does have good information on it, but there's not a whole lot of information on it. It's basically just one piece of paper front and back. But, I mean, it does have a diagram, it is very nicely printed, and it does have a lot of information on it, so I guess I'm not really opposed to that. I do like this instruction manual, even though it is a little bit on the smaller side. And taking a closer look at this instruction manual, I'm actually noticing a feature about this headset that I didn't even realize. There's openings on the headset where the top and bottom of the phone or device would be. That way you can fit headphones or power jacks through it, I guess. So I could have my headphones plugged in while using this headset, and the cord would be able to come out of this hole and into my ears. So that's a cool and nice little feature, and I guess it's a good thing I took a closer look at that instruction manual because I wouldn't have even known to point that out. I didn't even realize that. And one other thing I wanted to point out is that you may have noticed this kind of like a glass window that your phone sits on top of. That might have looked a little bubbly to you, and the glass lenses might have looked, the eye lenses might have looked a little bubbly too. That's because Canbor has actually put protective plastic over all three of these glass areas. So I'm just going to open that up and show you guys. You will need to peel it off, similar to the plastic that you would peel off a new cell phone. It's very easy and simple to do, and I would avoid touching this glass with your fingers. You don't want to smudge it because, I mean, if you do smudge it, they do include that little blue cleaning cloth and those little wet wipes as well. But you don't want to scratch it because you won't be able to clean off a scratch, so just avoid touching that as much as possible. And while I'm zoomed in here, I want to show you guys this magnet. Once you make that magnetic connection, it's a very good connection, and you can really only undo it with your hands. If I shake it, it doesn't want to come undone, it doesn't rattle at all. It does hold it pretty well in there, even when there's a phone in there, so that is a good and strong magnet. It's not going to just fall open and drop your phone. And I'm going to show you guys taking the little plastic off of those glass eye lenses too. Pretty much the same idea. There'll be a little tab that you can start from, and you just peel the plastic off. And I'll probably fast forward through this because it'll probably take me a minute or two, but it's pretty simple and straightforward. Once you peel those off, same thing with that other window. You want to avoid touching it as much as possible with your bare fingers. That way you don't scratch it or smudge it. But you do have those wet wipes and that cleaning cloth if you do smudge it at all. So forget about the fast forwarding, it actually only took me a moment to do that, and you can definitely see the difference. It was very bubbly before, and then once you take those off it looks very clear. So I'm going to move on to actually testing this out, and I'm going to do that off camera and report back to you guys on how I liked it. But to start, you guys will need some virtual reality apps or games, and I'll put some links down in the descriptions below on some virtual reality apps. The most common ones that you're going to find are roller coasters, but they do have some where you can walk around as well. And it's evolving each and every day. There's more and more different virtual reality apps. So in the near future, we're going to see a lot more stuff with virtual reality. Now, when you're setting this up, what you're going to want to do is open up the app that you're going to use before you even put it into your phone. That way you can see exactly where that line splits the screen. And you want to just kind of line up that line on your screen with where that line is inside the virtual reality headset. The better you line that up, the better it's going to look. So I have that all set up there, and I'm just going to kind of give you guys a little glimpse in there. You can see that it's now doing a roller coaster simulation. And for those of you who may not have used virtual reality before or just don't know really how it works, once you have it on, you can look around and you can actually see in different directions, and when you turn your head, it will turn your head in the simulator. So that's pretty much why they call it virtual reality. I'm going to go test this out now, and I'll report back to you guys on how I liked it. Okay, so I just finished testing out the Canbor Virtual Reality Headset for maybe 45 minutes to an hour on several different virtual reality apps, and this thing worked flawlessly. It worked exactly as described. It was extremely easy to set up those lens adjustments perfectly to my eyes, and I was correct on that cushiony part. It felt great on my head. One little critique I have on it is that there needs to be some cushiony area on the nose area. For some people that have a bigger nose than myself, they'd probably find a lot of discomfort with that, but for me, it wasn't really discomfort. It just definitely could have felt a bit better if they put some sort of cushiony area where the nose sits. But adding cushioning to the nose piece is pretty much the only negative thing I can say about this product. Everything else held up flawlessly. My phone didn't fall, it didn't pop open on me, it didn't hit any of my buttons, and once I adjusted the Velcro strap, it held onto my head perfectly. It didn't sag at all. And the price range is one of the big selling points on this. Like I said, it's only $30, and I see so many people paying over $50, close to $100 on VR headsets. That's just really not necessary. Pay $30 for this one and you're getting such a good quality. And the fact that this one fits so many phones too is a really big selling point. And that's what really sold me on this one and was the reason I accepted the review offer, is because this one fits the iPhone 6 Plus and other larger smartphones. And it's not just big cell phones either, it fits pretty much any device with a 4 to 6 inch screen. So iPhone 5, smaller Android phones, larger phones, pretty much all of them. So this one gets a really good review for me. I'm going to give it like a 9.5 out of 10. That nose piece was the only issue I can think of. So I like this product a lot, and I'll include some links down below on where you can purchase it for yourself. If you guys found this review helpful in any way at all, hit that like button down below, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button for more amazing product reviews. And as always guys, thank you for watching from XM360.